In the meantime, we want to take you in depth in this story. John Nance is an aviation expert with ABC News, and he joins us by phone at this hour. John, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
A horrible morning as you take a look at this family who apparently, what we're hearing now, the father coming from Safford, coming down to Mesa, picking up his 3 children. As an aviation expert, let's talk about this plane that they were in. It's a Rockwell AC-69 twin engine. What do we know about that type of plane?
They're very good aircraft. This is known as a turbo commander. They're 2 Garrett turboprop engines, very powerful on this. The airplane has plenty of climb capability, plenty of performance, and even fully loaded with people, bags, and gas, your climb capabilities are certainly everything you would want. It's a powerful airplane. It's a small corporate type of aircraft.
When you're dealing with the Superstition Mountains, and that's really what they were trying to get up and over there, we're talking about this crash happening at about 4,500 feet, right around Flatiron Mountain. It's a big mountain. How would daylight and what kind of technology would be on the plane? Any factors there that we're looking at as to why they may have, as witnesses say, just slammed directly into the mountain?
Yes, this is what's very concerning and puzzling, because this aircraft, well, this day and time, for instance, I have a little single engine I'm flying around these days. I've got a piece of equipment in that is as sophisticated as anything we had on our airliners 15 years ago. It tells you where the terrain is and warns you if you're getting too close to what we used to call cumulogranite, something that's too high and that can hurt you. It really seems very puzzling to me that they would not have had sufficient knowledge of where that mountain is, especially since the pilot obviously was from Arizona, and this is certainly not an unknown thing that the superstitions are out there. So how they, first of all, could not have climbed high enough and knew where the mountains were in relation to where they were in Mesa, and then not had some sort of a warning in the cockpit is very troubling, because we have that kind of sophistication in our gear today, even for the smallest aircraft for a private pilot.
And John, this obviously a fairly large twin-engine plane, and not something that you would not be able to fly without being very familiar to it. So at this point, the father, the one who was piloting it, must have had some pretty good experience, you would expect, right?
You have to. You can't get insured to fly that type of airplane until you go to recurrent training. So you have sophisticated training on the airplane in that particular type. Certainly, you'd have to have enough hours to have some idea what you were doing, and certainly anybody who is familiar with the area at Phoenix and Mesa knows that the superstitions are out there. They're unavoidable in terms of the visual every day. This is about an hour after darkness. I think dark was about 5:25 last night, and but even that, your proximity to those mountains is simply a given that I think every pilot is aware of. So was there any indication, was one of the questions that has to be asked, this the Transportation Safety Board will ask, was there any indication of an inability of the airplane to climb for any reason?
Right.
We don't know.
Okay. John Nance, aviation expert with ABC News, we thank you for joining us this morning.